So earlier this year, Kendrick Lamar decided to leave TDE, and we really don't know why. But this video isn't about that. But what we do know is that he has started a new company called pgLang. But really, there are a lot of unanswered questions about that too. Is it a marketing company? Is it a production company? Is it a record label? Or is it just all the above? So in this video, we're going to break down pgLang and try to figure out what this is. Also, stick around to the end where we talk about how music artists should use this formula. Enjoy. I'm Shad Harris, and welcome to another marketing breakdown, or whatever title I'm about to call this until I figure it out. But today we are going to be talking about pgLang. So if you're not sure what pgLang is, you're the same as everybody else. I feel like nobody really knows what pgLang is, but we're going to try to decipher, we're going to try to figure it out a little bit. So before we get into what pgLang is, let's kind of get into the backstory, right? So the backstory is, it all started with Kendrick Lamar. He's one of my favorite artists, right? He came out probably about 10 years ago. He came out with his first album, Good Kid, Mad City, in about 2013-ish, right? And pretty much ever since then, he's kind of been running hip hop. He's always been in the top three with him, J. Cole, and Drake. The one thing about him that really stands out is that he's really about the creativeness of his work. So keep that in mind because we're gonna spin a block on that, right? So he's always been about the creativeness. Even his second album, To Pimp a Butterfly, was super creative. It only had maybe 7 songs up there out of a 20 album. It was very jazzy. It was very just creative and it's over the top, right? And this year, he actually dropped his latest album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. But the crazy thing about that is when he actually was doing the rollout, he put out a press release, which I'm gonna show it right here, that says that this album would be his last album under TDE, which was his record label, Top Dog Entertainment, and that he was actually going to be transitioning over to heading up his own thing, his own movement, which is called pgLang. And that will have, some of his artists under it, but it will also be a company that actually does marketing, advertisement, pretty much a creative agency, right? So ever since then, and he actually dropped the album. The album has some great visuals, great artwork. Pretty much is what you expect out of a Kendrick Lamar project. But since he's no longer on TDE, it got a lot of people thinking like, what is pgLang? What is this pgLang thing? Most people just assume that it's a record label, but the way that they've been moving so far is far from a record label. So let's back up into the pgLang story real quick. So pgLang is run by Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free, who is formerly of Top Dog Entertainment as well. So probably back in the first part of 2020, they started to put out these little teasers that were like star-studded, had like Yard Shahidi, Baby King, and a couple other people who would just randomly show up in these crazy visuals, right? And so they dropped like 2 or 3 at one time, and then I believe in 2021 or the end of 2020, they put out these Calvin Klein ads. It was probably like 6 or 7 of these videos that were ads for Calvin Klein jeans, but each video had its own different vibe to it. So it got people thinking like, is this a record label or are they moving more so like a creative agency? Similar to the vein of like a Donda, how that agency was at one time for Kanye West. And if you know me, you know I'm all about the market. I'm all about people branching out of what people know them for. So when I started to see that, I was definitely engaged. Like, yo, are they doing marketing or what exactly are they doing right here? After those particular visuals came out, then they started to do more of the record label style stuff. They put out Baby Keem as well as another artist. I can't think of the other artist's name on top of my head right now. But they started to put out their visuals, and those visuals were doing pretty crazy. These projects were doing pretty good, but they were starting to get a lot of eyes on them. So I feel like this just kind of bows the question. Like, what is pgLang? Like, going forward, what exactly are they going to be doing? But outside of that, let's talk about why I feel like this business model works for artists. This business model works, in my opinion, is because music doesn't really make money anymore. Like, there's not too many artists who actually get paid for making music. Most people get paid for merch, they get paid for shows, they get paid for brand deals. So pretty much they are influencers who know how to make a record. And the reason why I feel like this works is because since artists aren't making, they have millions of fans, they have, hundreds and thousands of fans. Why don't they use that in other avenues to make them some money? And the one avenue that is always interested in spending money is the advertising, the brand deals, the influencer marketing. So artists should be the top dog when it comes to influencers, getting different brand deals from, you know, Sprite, McDonald's, clothing lines, because I know Sweetie is doing a lot of things like that. Where she's actually, we're going to do a video on Sweetie, by the way. We're definitely doing a video on Sweetie. More artists should definitely be doing this, because if you're not making money doing music, you might as well make money and use your influence by making, you know, generate these brand deals and actually building up your brand, building up your wealth that way. So even though I don't know exactly what pgLang is, I feel like their business model is work to perfection, because they're using the, for lack of a better word, clout of Kendrick Lamar, and as well as the creativeness of Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free, to put a little bit of spotlight on their artists, but also to bring in money using unconventional means. So that is my opinion, and that has been the video for today. So you guys enjoy yourself.